Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video with Odile. I am a fashion designer and content creator, and this May favorite video is a little bit late, yes, because I had so much happen to me in the month of May, and that kind of delayed this video because I needed time to write everything down and be ready to share it with you all. So let's just jump right into it, starting with the books. Unfortunately, I did not read a lot this month, but I did start on some books. I received an ARC from Anna Harmon, a story called Lovesick Mannequins, which is a story of a designer and a model, kind of enemies to lovers, in a competition to win a fashion house set in the 1920s Paris era. It's actually really similar to a book by Autumn Krause, which was published way back before the pandemic, I think, called A Dress for the Wicked. Either way, both are very interesting and obviously aligned with what I love. So I'm excited to finish the book and give you guys my thoughts. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really give my thoughts on books on this platform, but sometimes I post about it on Literal. You can follow me there. You can also follow me there for my other reads. You can see what I did not finish. You can see what I want to read, hopefully. I also bought a few books recently, physical copies of books that I mentioned before. I bought a bunch of books this month, and I did say I was gonna go on a book ban, but honestly, can you blame me when the covers are this beautiful? So we're gonna go buy it one by one. I got this copy of Oscar Wilde's A Poet Can Survive Everything But a Misprint. This is the second time I bought this copy because I gave my other one to my sister, so I'm glad to have my copy again. Next is The Lamb by Lucy Rose. This is a totally blind buy. I have no idea what this book is gonna be about, but I'm excited to read it anyway. And I'm not going to talk about the synopsis here because I also want you guys to be encouraged to blind read as well. I like to collect the specific Alma Classics edition because they make the most beautiful renditions of 1920s plates. And I love how they do it for F. Scott Fitzgerald's work, so I decided to buy another copy. This one is This Side of Paradise, and I'm going to be adding that to my bookshelf and the collection overall. I did have this book, A Second Death of Locke, as an EPUB last month, but then I decided, I want to support the author and the graphic artist. This is V.L. Vovalino, so I ended up buying a physical copy at my local Fully Booked in BGC. These are most of the physical books, but I'm missing the Fashionary Textilepedia, which I also bought, and right now it's in my atelier, which is why it's not here with me right now. I bought it so that I could study textile more. It's something that's always interested me as a designer, and if you're getting into fashion and you want to take it as seriously as I do, I recommend buying these kinds of books, not the how to be a fashion designer books. Buy the actual books that will teach you how to run a business and design proper collections, and this is one of them. I highly recommend it. Aside from books, I also bought a physical copy of the Vogue issue with Leve on the cover. This is Vogue Philippines for May, the month of May. And Leve was on the cover this month, as well as other magazines apparently. If you take a look, she's also in Hong Kong and Portugal. So I want to collect that as well. Hopefully I can find that in Japan. I'm really hoping I can find that in Japan. My snail mail arrived late this month, but luckily we are going on a trip, like I mentioned. I have everything packed, including my journal, which has all of my snail mail ready to be reflected upon. So I love to do this thing where I recap my month in reflections, share everything good about the month to myself, and also take into account all the lessons I learned. So for the month of May, I'm going to be taking time in Japan to reflect on it while I'm on vacation as well. Just to kind of enjoy my trip a little better, have a more analog experience because I feel like I might be stuck on my phone and laptop during the entire trip. So I find stuff like this helps me keep myself grounded during the vacation as well. And isn't that awesome? They made it all about movies this month, and luckily I also had a lot of movie related things and very movie moments, moments of magic throughout the month. So it just makes sense for May to be a movie magic month. I had a lot of movie worthy moments this month, so I would say that their snail mail aligned really well with me for the month of May. So I'm excited to reflect upon that in Japan. Speaking of movies, I watched The Devil Wears Prada 2 at the screening, and it was amazing. A very dreary reflection of journalism nowadays, but still a really great way to call back to nostalgia and kind of close that chapter of our lives and move and look forward towards the future of fashion. Next is Obsession. I think personally, horror movie of all time. I think I was less scared of it because I'm a woman, and I feel like Obsession was made to scare men. And I love that I love that so much. I also watched Roommates on Netflix, and can I tell you now, I know it's supposed to be like a bad movie, but I liked it because it's like if Mean Girls, the musical reboot, the movie was good. Like, if that makes any sense, like, you just have to watch it. It's hilarious. I also recently watched a bunch of French films, like Donkey Skin or Pudon from 1970, and also La Belle et la Bête, I think it's 2014. Those are two great films that I watched way back when, and they continue to inspire me, so I watched them again recently, alongside a rewatch of Beauty and the Beast, like the Disney original. I can't help but compare the live action La Belle et la Bête costumes to the ones in the Beauty and the Beast live action from Disney, because if you look at them, you can immediately tell which one was made with soul. I did a bunch of staycations recently, one at the start of the month and one at the end of the month. So I stayed at the Grand Hyatt in BGC, and I also stayed at Okada Manila. Now, both are amazing hotels, but aesthetically, I would lean towards the Grand Hyatt. However, I think the service at Okada Manila was way better, just because they are much more friendly and accommodating as compared to Grand Hyatt. Regardless, they are both very amazing hotels with amazing service and quality design in their rooms. I think that's like what stands out to me the most, because regardless of the aesthetics of the main lobby, like personally, I'm not really a big fan of how Okada looks in their reception area. When you get up to the rooms, you can really appreciate the amount of effort they put in into making each room look amazing. Both hotels had an amazing buffet breakfast. I'd like to give a shout out to Okada for having amazing choices. They had a very diverse array of dishes to choose from, as well as honestly Grand Hyatt. Like, Filipino hospitality is unparalleled until now. I don't think any other country has this level of hospitality, and I hope we continue to outshine everyone else. I attended the Devil Wears Prada screening at the end of April, so kind of May 1, May 2, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I really appreciated that Mega Magazine invited me. It was a little bit last minute, but I managed to put together a look which I'm honestly not so proud of, but I'm just glad it wasn't falling off my body. I had fun. I think it was a very fun, simple event to attend, and I really appreciated like the speech that Miss Peewee gave at the start of the screening right before they played the movie, because it reminded me of how hard I had to work as a student in order to get into the fashion industry, and it's inspiring to see how magazines like Mega Magazine reach out to the students and help them and encourage them to pursue fashion, whether it's an editorial or design or any other part of the fashion industry. On the same day as the screening, I had a back-to-back event with Tadhana. They invited me to their prelude event in Makati, which I also attended and had to leave early because I had to go to the screening. But it was an amazing event. They had this very curated space up at the top floor. They had very delicious little sweets displayed for every guest. They had personalized name cards, and I got to meet a lot of amazing people as well. Like, I got to meet friends of a previous client of mine, and of course, I got to make cocktails, which was the main part of the event. So they had us learn how to bartend. I've always been curious on how to do like the shaker thing, and now I know how to do it. So thanks to Tadhana. And if you're interested in seeing what Tadhana is like, you can check them out on Instagram and follow me and them, because we're going to be doing a bridal fair in July, on July 11 and 12 at SMX Aura. So look out for that and sign up now for pre-registration so that you don't have to pay on the spot on the day of, because right now it's for free. So I'll see you there, maybe. I also got featured in a bunch of things this month. First with Mega Magazine, because they asked me to do a shoot in March, and I totally forgot about it, and it finally came out this May, and it was awesome. I love the photos that they took of us with Luxkin. Luxkin also gave us a bunch of goodies like shirataki dry rice, which is now my favorite kind of rice because it tastes so light and it makes me feel a lot healthier when I'm eating my spam. So my atelier had a lot of milestone moments this May, and it became my primary focus for the entire month of May. A very popular singer named Jolian wore my design from my bridal collection for TV5 and Spotify, which is actually a surprise to me. I didn't know that she was going to be wearing my look for Spotify. I just knew that she was going to be wearing my look. And when they came out and I saw the behind the scenes photos, I spotted that Spotify logo and I was just gagged because like I didn't realize that got my look for that specific event. Apparently, they really love to publicize that event afterwards because I kept seeing her everywhere in my dress, and I was so grateful to Ji Hoxan and her team for taking a chance on my design as well. It was very lucky of me that the dress was available at the moment for me to lend. And yeah, it was a very special moment for me because I got to see my work on TV5 and I got to see my work on Spotify. And now Spotify PH has their eyes on me, which is great. That's not even the most amazing thing that happened because later on in that month, I also went and won Leifei's Best Dress, making me the very first Filipino Best Dressed person at a Leve concert. And that was such an honor as well. I got to personally meet Leve and I got to twirl around with her. And if you're curious on the whole process and how I won, you can also watch my video up here because there's too much to talk about and I don't want to make this video about that. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. 10 out of 10. Definitely one for the books because I wore my own design, which actually also got featured on a bunch of places like ABS-CBN as well as Manila Bulletin. I also made my sister's grad dress inspired by Anastasia, which blew up. Like I didn't expect it to blow up. And I'm very proud of it because it made my sister look extra, extra beautiful and she looked so gorgeous. And yeah, I'm just super happy for her because she also graduated recently and I wanted to give her like a gift that, was on par with that graduation because she's going off to college now and I'm very excited for her. Lastly, of course, I shot my bridal collection finally. This was 6 months or more in the making and I finally got to shoot it. My model is so beautiful. Her name is Marga Cortez and my photographer is so galing. His name is Halo Prods. My makeup artist Casey Bonai, so good. And everyone else involved was so amazing. And you can also check out the process video for that here, and I might be releasing a BTS very soon as well of that. So with that, that was pretty much everything that happened to me in the month of May. There's so much still left to announce, especially for June and July. So I hope you guys stick around. I know I've had to kind of pause from the videos for like a week or two, but I'm trying my best to keep it flowing and coming and going because I don't want to stop making YouTube videos because this is how I communicate with you guys now for the most part because this is where I get my words out. Yeah, I hope you guys stick around because I have a lot to show you guys, especially with an upcoming design that I made. It's been a month or so in the making, and I can't even talk about it right now, but I made it during May, and I really want to talk about it, but I can't. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and hopefully I see you guys in the next video. Bye!